Much has been made of the management style of previous governors, a de facto head of the party with strong arm tactics of getting things done, to our current governor, who has been criticized at times for not being as politically savvy as he needed to be. First off, explain what your management leadership style is.
Well, I'm a people person. I like to bring people together. Today it seems like the political culture, just cycle after cycle, since going back to the 90s, has just gotten more focused on fighting. And I get it. People get passionate about fighting for what you believe in, but ultimately the secret to our successes, the secret to moving things forward, is about bringing people together, staying at the table, working things out, trying to understand another person's point of view and where they're coming from, and even coming to a common understanding when you can't come to a common conclusion. That oftentimes can show you a pathway forward to relate or maintain the relationship, even if you're going to be at odds on any particular issue. I just think that's important in our system today. And it doesn't mean you don't fight hard for what you believe in, but it's not about the fight. It's about the outcome, about the results, about getting things done and making things happen.
Can you get things done? People would say, gosh, it's such a polarized atmosphere in Lansing, in Washington. Do you believe that you can get things done with a compromise on both sides attitude?
Well, there is first of all, we already have an extraordinary track record of making things happen, and very different looking coalitions have come together to make the big things happen. So whether it was two major rounds of tax reform that looked very, very different, both equally impactful on Michigan, both scrapping the old business tax and doing something brand new, and phasing out the industrial personal property tax. Totally different looking coalitions came together to make both of those things happen. When it was autism insurance reform on the table, that was a whole, all the giants of the political system opposed us on that, and we had to overcome it with what I affectionately refer to as poems, pissed off autism moms. This army of people that were like, no, this system, business groups and unions and insurance companies might all be against this, but we're just going to unite together and make this happen. And they did. It was one of the most beautiful, amazing things I've ever seen. But the thing is, on any particular different issue, there's a different coalition that comes together to make it happen. And that's why I still look at this all very much as a relationship process. And maintaining those relationships, even when you're totally at odds on an issue, being respectful of another person, understanding their point of view, can often show you a way to getting things done. Or even if you can't, at least you maintain the type of working relationship you need to work together on the next issue.
Do you see the governor's role as the head of the Republican Party and tasked to carry out what the Republican Party's agenda is in the state?
As a practical matter, the governor is a kind of a de facto leader of the party. But that's not I don't view that as a top-down hammer type of an approach. There's a grassroots organization out there that are involved in all kinds of great things. And the Republican Party is a very, very different looking group from one side of our state to the other, in different types of priorities and different outlooks and approaches. But ultimately, it is, I do believe it is the one of the responsibilities of the governor to really be a unifier. That's we have a system where they have two major parties, and having the governor being very actively engaged and involved in the overall management of the Republican Party or the Democratic Party from administration to administration is a traditional and appropriate role.